Last Tuesday, a 67-year-old man sat in my clinic, laughing as he told me, "Doc, I drink a glass of red wine every night. It's good for the heart, right?" 3 days later, I watched his heart struggle to keep rhythm in the ER. His story isn't rare. As a cardiologist, I've seen too many seniors walk in believing their favorite drink is harmless, only to leave with a prescription for blood pressure meds, or worse. The truth. After 60, your body processes alcohol differently. That nightly ritual you swear by. It's not protecting your heart. It's quietly straining it. Today, I'm revealing the 5 most dangerous drinks for seniors, and what to choose instead. If you recognize even one of these habits, this could be the wake-up call your heart has been waiting for. Number 1. Red wine. For years, a pervasive myth has echoed through health discussions. A glass of red wine is good for you. It's a comforting thought, a permission slip to indulge in an evening ritual, all under the guise of cardiovascular well-being. This notion has been particularly embraced by those nearing or past middle age, hoping to imbue their leisure with a touch of longevity. However, a closer look at the science, especially concerning individuals over the age of 60, reveals a starkly different reality, one that dispels the romanticized image of red wine as a heart elixir. The perceived benefits of alcohol, once touted with such conviction, dramatically diminish and, in fact, often reverse as we age, transforming into considerable health risks. One of the primary reasons for this shift lies in the body's altered metabolism. With each passing decade, our liver becomes less efficient at processing alcohol. This isn't a sudden drop-off, but a gradual decline in the enzymatic activity responsible for breaking down ethanol. What this means is that alcohol lingers in the bloodstream for longer periods, exerting its effects more intensely and for an extended duration. For someone in their 20s, a glass of wine might be metabolized relatively quickly, but for someone over 60, that same glass can lead to prolonged exposure to alcohol's systemic impacts, which can be detrimental, particularly to the cardiovascular system. Consider the immediate effects on blood pressure. As we age, our blood vessels naturally become less elastic, and many individuals develop hypertension or high blood pressure. Alcohol, even in moderate amounts, is a known vasodilator in the short term, but its long-term effects on blood pressure are often to elevate it. For an older individual whose blood pressure is already a concern, even a single nightly glass of wine can contribute to unwanted and potentially dangerous spikes. These fluctuations can place undue stress on the heart and arteries, exacerbating pre-existing conditions and increasing the risk of cardiovascular events. Perhaps one of the most alarming revelations concerns the link between alcohol consumption and atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation, often referred to as AFib, is a common type of irregular heartbeat that can significantly increase the risk of stroke, heart failure, and other heart-related complications. While younger individuals might experience occasional palpitations after alcohol consumption, the risk escalates dramatically with age. For those over 60, a single nightly glass of wine has been shown in some studies to triple the risk of developing atrial fibrillation. This is a profound and unsettling statistic that directly challenges the heart-healthy narrative. The mechanism isn't fully understood, but it's believed that alcohol can irritate the heart's electrical system, making it more prone to erratic rhythms. The cumulative effect of regular consumption can transform an occasional irregularity into a persistent and dangerous condition. Beyond the direct physiological impacts, there's a crucial aspect of health that alcohol subtly yet powerfully undermines: sleep. Deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep, is a critical phase during which the body, and especially the heart, undertakes vital repair and restorative processes. It's during this time that blood pressure naturally dips, and the cardiovascular system gets a much-needed break. While many individuals, including some of my own patients, sincerely believe that a glass of wine before bed helps them sleep better, the reality is quite the opposite. Alcohol is a sedative, and it might indeed help you fall asleep initially. However, it significantly disrupts the architecture of sleep, particularly suppressing REM and deep sleep cycles. Individuals who rely on alcohol for sleep often wake up feeling unrefreshed, fatigued, and sometimes even with a racing heart. The sleep they experience is fragmented and of poor quality, depriving the heart of the very rest and repair it desperately needs to function optimally. This cycle of poor sleep further strains the cardiovascular system, creating a vicious loop of increasing risk. The hard truth, then, is that the heart-healthy ritual of a nightly glass of red wine, particularly for those over 60, is a myth, a comforting illusion that can have serious health consequences. It's time to dismantle this ingrained belief and embrace alternatives that genuinely support cardiovascular health. Instead of reaching for that wine glass, consider the natural benefits of tart cherry juice. Tart cherries are a rich source of natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep, promoting truly restorative rest without the detrimental effects of alcohol. Another excellent option is pomegranate juice, which has been shown to boost nitric oxide production in the body. Nitric oxide is a powerful vasodilator, meaning it helps to relax and widen blood vessels, promoting healthy blood flow and supporting overall cardiovascular function. These are not merely substitutes, they are proactive choices that genuinely nourish and protect your heart. Making this swap is not about deprivation, but about embracing genuine well-being, and in doing so, your heart will undoubtedly thank you. Number 2. Beer, the belly fat that clogs your arteries. Beyond the oft-debated merits of red wine, another seemingly innocuous beverage, beer, harbors its own set of health risks, particularly as we age. Often perceived as a lighter, more refreshing, and inherently social drink, beer's dangers are frequently underestimated. However, the casual consumption of beer, especially in later years, can contribute to significant health issues, with a direct impact on cardiovascular health through mechanisms that are often overlooked. One of the most insidious aspects of beer consumption for an aging body lies in its caloric composition, particularly its sugar content. While beer might not taste overly sweet, its carbohydrates are readily converted into sugars during digestion. As metabolism slows with age, the body becomes less efficient at utilizing these sugars for energy. Instead, they are increasingly prone to being stored as fat, specifically a type of fat known as visceral fat. This isn't the subcutaneous fat that lies just beneath the skin. Visceral fat is far more concerning because it accumulates deep within the abdominal cavity, wrapping around vital organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. 1. This beer belly isn't merely an aesthetic concern, it's a metabolic hotbed. Visceral fat is biologically active, meaning it doesn't just sit there inertly. 2. Instead, it acts like an endocrine organ, actively pumping out a cascade of inflammatory chemicals and hormones. 3. These inflammatory markers circulate throughout the bloodstream, contributing to systemic inflammation, which is a key driver in the development and progression of numerous chronic diseases, including cardiovascular disease. This persistent inflammatory state can damage blood vessel linings, making them more susceptible to plaque buildup and ultimately contributing to atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of arteries. The impact of regular beer consumption on blood pressure is another critical concern. While many associate alcohol's hypertensive effects primarily with spirits, beer is far from exempt. The American Heart Association, in a 2023 statement, highlighted the significant correlation between alcohol intake and elevated blood pressure. 4. Even seemingly moderate consumption, such as just 2 beers a day, can lead to a measurable increase in blood pressure by 10 points or more. For individuals who are already managing hypertension or are at risk of developing it, this increase is not trivial. Sustained high blood pressure forces the heart to work harder to pump blood throughout the body, placing immense strain on the cardiovascular system. 5. Over time, this chronic overexertion can lead to a thickening of the heart muscle, a condition known as left ventricular hypertrophy, which significantly increases the risk of heart failure, stroke, and other adverse cardiac events. Furthermore, a less obvious but equally important effect of beer consumption is dehydration. 6. Despite its liquid form, alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it promotes fluid loss from the body. 7. While a single beer might seem refreshing, regular consumption can lead to a state of chronic mild dehydration. When the body is dehydrated, the volume of plasma in the blood decreases, leading to a thickening of the blood. 8. This increased viscosity means the blood becomes more viscous, requiring the heart to exert greater force to push it through the circulatory system. This additional workload on the heart, combined with the already heightened blood pressure, creates a double burden that can significantly stress an aging cardiovascular system. The heart, already facing the natural challenges of aging, is forced to labor harder and less efficiently, increasing its vulnerability to strain and damage. Given these considerable risks, especially as one enters their later years, it becomes imperative to reconsider beer's place in one's diet. The desire for that crisp, refreshing taste and the social ritual of enjoying a cold beverage are entirely understandable. However, there are genuinely healthier alternatives that offer similar sensory satisfaction without the detrimental health consequences. For those who crave the unique bitterness and aroma of hops, hops-infused sparkling water presents an excellent, zero-alcohol option. 9. It delivers that distinctive flavor profile without the sugars, calories, or dehydrating effects of beer. Another fantastic choice is kombucha, a fermented tea beverage. 10. Kombucha offers a complex flavor profile, often with a slight tang and effervescence, and can even provide beneficial probiotics for gut health, all without the risks associated with alcohol. Point 11. Making these conscious substitutions allows one to enjoy the sensory pleasures of a refreshing drink while actively protecting their heart and overall health from the hidden dangers of beer. Number 3. Cocktails, sugar bombs in disguise. Among the various forms of alcohol, cocktails often masquerade as harmless, festive concoctions, yet they conceal a potent threat to cardiovascular health, particularly for older adults. The allure of a vibrant margarita, a creamy piña colada, or a seemingly innocent rum and coke often overshadows the true nature of these drinks. They are, in essence, sugar bombs in disguise. It's not merely the alcohol content that poses a risk, but the alarming amount of added sugars that many popular cocktails contain, creating a dual assault on the heart and metabolic system. Consider a typical margarita or a piña colada. Beyond the spirits, these drinks are frequently loaded with sugary mixers, syrups, and fruit purees. It's not uncommon for a single serving to contain 12 or more teaspoons of added sugar. To put this into perspective, the American Heart Association recommends a daily limit of no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar for women and 9 teaspoons for men. A single cocktail can easily exceed these limits, delivering a concentrated dose of sugar that the body, especially an aging body, is ill-equipped to handle efficiently. This excessive sugar intake triggers a cascade of detrimental effects on cardiovascular health. One of the most immediate impacts is a sharp spike in triglycerides. Triglycerides are a type of fat found in the blood, and while they are necessary for energy, consistently high levels are a significant risk factor for heart disease. Elevated triglycerides contribute to the hardening and narrowing of arteries, a process known as atherosclerosis, which can lead to artery blockages, heart attacks, and strokes. The liver converts excess dietary sugar into triglycerides, and the sheer volume of sugar in many cocktails can overwhelm this process, leading to chronically high levels. Furthermore, chronic exposure to high sugar levels exacerbates insulin resistance. Insulin is the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar. When cells become resistant to insulin, the pancreas has to produce more and more insulin to maintain normal blood sugar levels. Over time, this can exhaust the pancreas and lead to type 2 diabetes, a major risk factor for heart disease. Even in individuals who aren't diabetic, worsening insulin resistance can contribute to inflammation and damage to blood vessels, paving the way for cardiovascular complications. For seniors, whose metabolic systems may already be less robust, the impact of these sugar surges is particularly pronounced and can quickly escalate health risks. A common pitfall is the belief that just one cocktail won't make a difference. However, older adults often don't realize how quickly the cumulative effect of these sugary drinks adds up. The metabolic burden from even infrequent consumption can be significant. It's not uncommon for healthcare professionals to see patients whose seemingly moderate cocktail habits contribute to observable changes in their cardiac rhythm. Patients might present with irregular heartbeats, which, upon examination, can be linked to the combined stress of alcohol and sugar on the heart's electrical system. An EKG, electrocardiogram, can reveal these irregular beats, serving as a stark reminder of the hidden toll these celebratory drinks can take. The good news is that enjoying the social aspect of drinks or the desire for a refreshing beverage doesn't have to come with these inherent risks. There are smarter, heart-healthier choices that allow for participation in social settings without compromising well-being. Instead of a syrup-laden cocktail, consider ordering a vodka soda with lime. This choice eliminates the added sugars found in mixers and syrups, allowing you to enjoy a drink with minimal impact on your blood sugar and triglyceride levels. The tartness of the lime also provides a refreshing kick. For those who prefer to avoid alcohol entirely, the world of mocktails has evolved significantly, offering sophisticated and delicious alternatives. Instead of relying on sugary juices or artificial sweeteners, opt for a mocktail crafted with muddled fresh berries and aromatic herbs. Muddled berries provide natural sweetness and a burst of antioxidants, while herbs like mint, basil, or rosemary add complex layers of flavor, creating a truly satisfying and guilt-free experience. These options allow for the same sense of celebration and enjoyment, but with zero risk to your cardiovascular health. Making these informed choices can transform your social drinking habits into truly healthy rituals, ensuring your heart continues to beat strong for years to come. Number 4. Hard liquor, the silent blood pressure trigger. Hard liquor, often perceived as a sophisticated or potent choice, carries a particularly insidious risk for older adults, acting as a silent yet powerful trigger for dangerous blood pressure spikes. Beverages like whiskey, vodka, gin, and brandy, due to their higher alcohol content, deliver a more concentrated dose of ethanol to the body compared to wine or beer. While a younger individual might metabolize these drinks with less immediate consequence, the physiological changes that accompany aging significantly amplify their impact, making them far more dangerous after the age of 60. One of the most immediate and concerning effects of hard liquor is its rapid impact on blood vessels. Within minutes of consumption, alcohol, particularly in concentrated forms, can cause blood vessels to constrict. This vasoconstriction directly leads to a dangerous surge in blood pressure. Imagine the heart, already potentially under strain from age-related changes, suddenly having to pump blood through narrower pathways. This immediate increase in resistance forces the heart to work much harder, leading to an acute and potentially harmful rise in blood pressure. For someone who already has hypertension or is on the cusp of it, this sudden spike can be a critical event, increasing the risk of cardiac incidents like heart attacks or strokes. The body's ability to regulate blood pressure also becomes less efficient with age, making these alcohol-induced fluctuations even more hazardous and difficult to control. Beyond the direct hemodynamic effects, a crucial yet often overlooked danger of hard liquor for seniors lies in its potent interaction with medications. As individuals age, it's common for them to be on a regimen of various prescription drugs to manage chronic conditions. Blood thinners, such as warfarin or novel oral anticoagulants, are frequently prescribed to prevent blood clots and reduce the risk of stroke in conditions like atrial fibrillation. Statins are widely used to lower cholesterol and prevent arterial plaque buildup. The consumption of hard liquor can profoundly interfere with the metabolism and effectiveness of these vital medications. Even a single shot can significantly alter how the liver processes these drugs, potentially rendering them useless or, conversely, amplifying their effects to dangerous levels. I recall a particularly stark case involving a 71-year-old patient of mine. He was diligently taking his prescribed hypertension medication, believing he was managing his blood pressure effectively. However, he also had a long-standing habit of enjoying a harmless nightly whiskey. He genuinely didn't perceive this single drink as problematic, especially given his other health efforts. Yet, his blood pressure remained stubbornly high, and he eventually landed in the emergency room with alarming symptoms. After a thorough investigation, it became clear that his nightly whiskey was interacting with and effectively canceling out the efficacy of his hypertension pills. The alcohol was interfering with the drug's absorption and metabolism, preventing it from doing its job. This experience highlights how even a seemingly small amount of hard liquor can have profound and dangerous consequences, quietly undermining critical medical treatments and putting lives at risk. The temptation for a warming drink, especially in cooler climates or during social gatherings, is understandable. However, there are far safer and genuinely beneficial alternatives that can provide comfort and even offer heart-protective properties without the perilous risks of hard liquor. One excellent option is golden milk, a traditional Ayurvedic beverage made with warm milk, dairy or plant-based, and turmeric, often spiced with ginger, cinnamon, and black pepper. Turmeric is renowned for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Chronic inflammation is a significant contributor to heart disease, and incorporating anti-inflammatory ingredients into one's diet can be genuinely heart-protective. Golden milk offers a soothing warmth, a rich flavor profile, and a wealth of health benefits, making it a perfect, risk-free alternative to a shot of whiskey or brandy. By choosing such alternatives, older adults can prioritize their cardiovascular health and ensure their medications work as intended, fostering true well-being rather than courting silent dangers. Number 5. Nightcaps, the sleep saboteur. The assertion that alcohol helps me sleep is a widely held belief, often repeated by patients and laypeople alike, particularly those in their later years seeking respite from restless nights. However, this common perception is, in truth, a profound deception. While alcohol might indeed induce a sense of initial drowsiness and facilitate falling asleep, its impact on the quality and restorative nature of sleep is overwhelmingly negative. Far from being a sleep aid, alcohol acts as a potent sleep saboteur, and its regular use as a nightcap can have significant detrimental effects on overall health, particularly cardiovascular well-being. What alcohol primarily does is sedate you. It depresses the central nervous system, slowing brain activity and creating a feeling of relaxation that can lead to unconsciousness. This sedative effect is often mistaken for genuine sleep induction. However, the sleep that alcohol ushers in is fragmented and unnatural, devoid of the crucial stages that are vital for physical and mental restoration. The most significant disruption occurs in the REM, rapid eye movement, sleep stage. REM sleep is a critical phase characterized by vivid dreaming, muscle paralysis, and intense brain activity, and it plays a fundamental role in cognitive function, emotional regulation, and memory consolidation. Alcohol consumption before bed severely suppresses REM sleep, especially in the latter part of the night. When REM sleep is fractured or significantly reduced, the body and mind are deprived of true, restorative rest. For the heart, this deprivation is particularly problematic. During healthy, deep sleep cycles, the heart rate and blood pressure naturally decrease, allowing the cardiovascular system to relax, repair, and recover from the day's demands. This period of physiological rest is essential for maintaining cardiac health and resilience. When alcohol disrupts these cycles, the heart is starved of this vital downtime. It remains under a higher state of alert, often with an elevated heart rate and less significant dips in blood pressure, working harder throughout the night than it should. The consequences of this poor quality, alcohol-induced sleep extend beyond just a restless night. The next day, individuals often experience profound fatigue, despite having spent hours in bed. This persistent tiredness can lead to a cascade of negative effects throughout the body. One significant outcome is an increase in cortisol levels. Cortisol is often referred to as the stress hormone, and while it has vital functions, chronically elevated levels due to sleep deprivation can have detrimental effects on health. High cortisol can contribute to increased inflammation, higher blood pressure, and impaired glucose metabolism, all of which are risk factors for cardiovascular disease. The heart, already straining from the lack of true rest, now has to contend with the additional burden of a heightened stress response. The vicious cycle perpetuated by using alcohol as a nightcap is clear. You drink to sleep, but the sleep you get is ineffective, leading to fatigue, stress, and a heart that is constantly working overtime. This continuous strain can accelerate the aging process of the cardiovascular system and exacerbate existing conditions, making individuals more vulnerable to cardiac events. Given these undeniable truths, it's crucial to abandon the misleading notion that alcohol is a sleep aid and instead embrace genuinely restorative practices. For those seeking a natural way to relax before bed and promote healthy sleep, there are several excellent alternatives. Magnesium-rich almond milk is a superb choice. Magnesium is a mineral known for its muscle-relaxing and calming properties, which can help prepare the body for sleep. Almond milk provides a comforting base and a source of this beneficial mineral. Another time-honored and effective option is chamomile tea with honey. Chamomile is a mild sedative and anxiolytic, anxiety-reducing herb, traditionally used to promote relaxation and sleep. A warm cup of chamomile tea can signal to the body that it's time to wind down, and a touch of honey can add a soothing sweetness while providing readily available glucose for the brain's nighttime functions. These natural relaxants offer a gentle pathway to genuine, restorative sleep, ensuring your heart receives the true rest it needs and deserves, without stealing your health in the process. Your heart, a silent powerhouse, has faithfully carried you through decades of triumphs and trials, moments of profound love, heartbreaking loss, and exhilarating joy. It has been there, a steady rhythm through every chapter of your life. Now, as you navigate the wisdom of your later years, it's time to truly return that favor. The conventional wisdom about alcohol, particularly for those over 60, is increasingly proving to be a myth. We've explored how red wine's supposed benefits vanish, beer contributes to dangerous visceral fat, sugary cocktails spike critical markers, hard liquor silently triggers blood pressure surges, and even the seemingly comforting nightcap sabotages the restorative sleep your heart desperately needs. These aren't minor concerns, they're direct threats to the very organ that sustains you. Tonight, consider making a different choice. Trade that usual drink for something smarter, something that genuinely nourishes your body, not out of fear or deprivation, but because every single beat of your heart matters. Imagine the lasting impact of nurturing your cardiovascular health now. Your future self will undoubtedly feel the profound difference. More energy, sharper focus, and a heart that continues to beat strong and true. If this message resonated with you, if you feel a glimmer of recognition in these truths, type 1 below. If you're still not entirely convinced, or if you have lingering questions, tell me why in the comments. I'm here to address every single one. And if you're ready to commit to protecting your heart, to investing in your longevity, hit subscribe. Let's embark on this journey toward a healthier, more vibrant future, together.